Welcome back to my Sports Nation channel today about this video. It is entirely possible to outline the exact line that Jude Bellingham himself followed through the right mentality, hard work, and wise choices from a small-town academy to having Real Madrid under his belt at age 21. Possible. And maybe it could happen to your story too. Therefore, if any dream has ever flickered in your heart to make it in football, listen here now, because the roadmap to success is right before you. What, however, is required to becoming possibly the brightest of all young footballers in the world? How can kicking a ball around the garden lead a boy to signing for Real Madrid, one of the world's greatest footballing institutions, before the boy is 21? In short, if you really mean to make it in football, you will need discipline, mindset, sacrifice, and an irrevocable drive towards improvement. Talent alone is not enough, and Jude's all that and much more story stands testament to it. This video is not just about his story. It's about how you can use his journey to blueprint for your own success in football. Rugged Jude Bellingham happened to be 20 years old in the year 2003. On 29th of June 2003, he came into this world as a baby born in one of UK towns called Stourbridge. Like any other boy his age, he would be busy kicking a ball around. While other boys spent their time dreaming, Jude worked by 8. He had spent almost all his childhood associating with Birmingham City. Ever since he was a boy, he used to be so known for his focus and determination. He would not be the flashiest player on the pitch, but learned the sport, and his position and his determination to improve proved infallibly why he should stand apart from other players. If you want to do it at the very beginning of youth seriousness, because one cannot learn football in a day. You are going to be spending thousands of hours as young as possible for that. Then the clock starts ticking. While starting young is not enough, it is very important. Most kids do start early, but few actually make it up there. What is the difference between those who make it and those who don't? Jude, it was his mindset set as a teenager. He was often praised for being mature mentally beyond his years, whether in the older age groups or put in the pressure pot of professional football. He always kept his cool. He was concentrated on the process and not the hype. He never got flattered, and he didn't let his head swell with praise or go low under criticism. This is what every aspiring footballer ought to work on. Control his emotions and be strong enough to endure. There will be setbacks, benched matches lost, but the important thing is that he keeps coming back at you. He made his senior debut aged 16 for Birmingham City, and that's talent above everything trust at that age. They saw in the coach's eyes a player who can take on the physicality that is there at senior football, and also that he had the emotional maturity to make the right choices in his mind on the pitch. Think of that once again. At 16, he was off the most teenagers who bothered about dissertations or even video games, playing in front of thousands by making media interviews and bearing the burden of expectations. Growth must come faster if you want to succeed. Taking ownership of your exercise regimen, nutrition, sleep, and attitude will all make the difference. Jude was much happy to have made a name for himself in the championship before having to make the great decision of either staying in England with all its comfort or moving abroad to develop further. He chose Borussia Dortmund. In fact, that turned the corner of his career. Dortmund had made a good name capitalizing more on building and developing young talents like Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland, which Jude saw as upliftment in his growth expectancy. This is one of their greatest mistakes, hoping for comfort or money too soon. Jude chased for development. He went to Germany, picked up a new language, got into a different culture, and met stronger opponents. That really changed him. In fact, for serious footballers, getting out of their comfort zone is a must. Whether that's to change teams, coaches, or positions, that's where growth always lives, in discomfort. There heated the crucible, the refining crucible, that made him the complete midfielder, strong in tackles, witty in position, and an effortless style on the ball. More than that, he began gaining leadership. At just 18 years, he was leading the side in Champions League games. One who leads does not have to be old. Leadership comes through one's nature. He led by example, through hard work, through courage, through consistent high performance, if you want to grab attention and get noticed. Not just sit back on your laurels from the good that you've done, but actually make it a habit. Throw everything into it and help others become better at it. Coaches love players who will work hard for the team, give positive energy, will never complain, and will lead them in happy times and sad. Jude remains extremely professional away from the pitch. He respects fans, he gives intelligent interviews, does not demonstrate superiority toward anyone. Such humility is scarce these days in the football space, as one can be thrust into fame and wealth in a matter of seconds. But that is just the notion that Jude ever entertains heading for progress. He has that talent which will take him a farther distance, but it is character that will take him home. Lesson for you next. Humble, hungry. Of whatever you become great at, there is always more to learn. Football changes. Rivals change. If you get lazy or arrogant, the game will leave you behind. Transfer to Real Madrid awaited in 2023, there was little doubt about it. The dream transfer, but one honestly deserved through years of good performances. And then suddenly he became a star and Real Golazo midfield master, and a reference to the fans, but kept the work humble. He continued in his mind the mentality of a kid who, given all those millions of viewers, got honed in Birmingham, focused, hungry, and loving the game. Last takeaway from Jude: never get comfortable. After all you have done, always do more. There is always a height at which you can go further, always another challenge, always another improvement to add. Now wrap everything around one frame. Start early and work hard. This is the first needed step to become a footballer like Jude Bellingham. Foster a focused, strong, and growth-oriented mindset. Involve hardship. Lead even through youth. Humble oneself to have the respect of others. Only then will you understand how to learn. It is much more than goals and glorification. It is experience. It is the sacrifice. It is the long hours of forging character. Being a Jude Bellingham is not a prerequisite for imitating the traits. Consider yourself to have the same attitude. Every single moment counts. Whether you are training on the muddy pitch close to home, stretching on a field with scouts. A dream can be achieved, but chasing it with all your might is your job. Watch his games, learn how he moves, discover how he thinks, and put it to use. After all, if Jude Bellingham can do it, so can you. Now go to it. Train hard, stay sharp, and believe. Jude Bellingham's journey proves that success in football isn't about shortcuts. It's about passion, patience, and persistence. If you're willing to train when others rest, to learn when others relax, and to believe when others doubt, then your path to greatness is already in motion. Every legend starts somewhere, and your story could be next. So don't just watch football, live it. Train hard, stay focused, and never give up. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more football inspiration, and drop a comment telling us how you're chasing your dream. Till next time, stay strong, stay hungry, and keep playing with heart.